6 million Jews who were exterminated in the Holocaust. 1.5 million of those were children. Of course, there were many, many others, other millions. We're here tonight to remember them as well. And we will have several readings tonight. The goal is to imagine oneself either never having gotten a meal and immediately being sent with a flick of a finger to a gas chamber, or spending days, weeks, months, very rarely months, a few years with a few hundred calories per day, but in constant labor every day. And falling down usually meant death. So as much as possible, we reflect upon that and imagine ourselves in those experiences. We have come together tonight to remember, as if to say to each victim, we remember your suffering, and to say, we will never forget. And that's why we're here tonight. We will begin with Ani Ma'amin, not in song as we usually do, but simply read as a declaration of faith. Revison.
Ani Ma'amin Be'emunah Shelema Be'viat HaMashiach Ve'af al pi Shayit Mea Im kol ze ani me'amin. Im kol ze achake lo b'kol yom she'avo. I believe with perfect faith in the Messiah's coming, and even if he be delayed, I will await him.
The lighting of the candles represents 6 million who have died. I always want to say 1.5 million were children. The Rebbeson is lighting the first candle. As we light this first candle, each candle represents 1 million deaths. Thank you, Rebbeson. 1 million deaths. The first one we light in silence.
Candle 2. How can we fathom this enormity of loss? Our hearts try to gather in the countless faces. You, Holy One, summon each, images burned in your remembrance. Help us to recall.
Candle 3, 3 million. Help us to recall their lives and their destruction. Bring us to your sacred place of memory, not only to bear witness, but to reassemble faith, to recover the defiled and make it holy.
Candle 4. These slender flames are a promise and a charge, calling us to honor and to imitate righteousness. These flames illuminate truth's horror and hope's future. Your searing reminder, do not forget.
Candle 5, 5 million. Let us bless you, Holy One, touching fire to wick. 6 candles to burn in testimony. Let us bless you, Holy One, for you dry our tears. You comfort mattered souls. You bring us shalom.
Candle 6. Silence.
Psalm 23, Casey.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in great pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
The butterfly, the last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears could sing against a white stone, such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks, I lived in here, been up inside this ghetto. But I found my people here. The dandelions called to me in the white chestnut candles in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly.
The Butterfly was based on a poem by Pavel Friedman of blessed memory, who died at the age of 14 in the Theresienstadt concentration camp. Dina is coming to read Birdsong, which is an anonymous reflection from the Terezin concentration camp. Dina.
He doesn't know the world at all, who stays in his nest and won't come out. He doesn't know what birds know best, know what I want to sing about. What I want to sing about, what I want to sing about. What I want to sing about is that the world is full of loveliness. When dewdrops sparkle in the grass and earth's aflood with morning dew, a blackbird sings upon a bush to greet the dawning after night. 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 Then I know how good it is to be alive. Open up your heart to beauty and go to the woods someday and weave a wreath of memories there. And if the tears obscure your way, 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 you will know how good it is to be alive.
O God of Israel, we remember the countless numbers of our people who have suffered unspeakable agonies and death. Some were silent sufferers, some rebelled, all were murdered. Some are still remembered by friends and loved ones, others have vanished with no earthly remembrance. We plead that you will remember all of them, that you will hold them in your heart, that they will find their peace with you. God of our fathers and mothers, our eyes are now witnesses for the suffering of Israel. Our hearts have been torn as we mourn for our people. We will not forget one single thing, not forget the last generation, lest we ignore threats to our people and all human degradation, or we learn nothing at all, nothing at all.
El Malay Rachamim is a familiar prayer said at every funeral when we remember the emptiness that we feel, and only the compassion of God can heal. After Bacha comes and prays El Malay Rachamim, Rebbeson will come for Kaddish.
Exalted, compassionate God, grant perfect peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and the pure to the souls of all our brethren, men, women, and children of the house of Israel, who were slaughtered and suffocated and burned to ashes. May their memory endure, inspiring truth and loyalty in our lives. May their souls thus be bound up in the bond of life. May they rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. Amen. Amen.
Let's stand together, please.
We'll chant the first line together, and then I'll continue with the reading of Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Ba'almadi bara kirutei v'yamlik malkutei b'chayekon uv yom kekon uv chaye dekol beit Yisrael ba'al gala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavorach Le'alam Ulal Mei Almaya Yit Barak V'yishtabak V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Romam V'yit Naseh V'yit Hadar V'yit Alei V'yit Halal Shemay de Kudasha Baritu. Le'ela min kol birkata. Vashirata tush bechata. V'nechamata da minron ba'alma v'imru. Amen. And together. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Huya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Vimru, vimru. Amen. Magnified and sanctified be his great name in the world which he has created according to his will. May he establish his kingdom during your life and during your days and during the life of the whole house of Israel, even swiftly and soon, and say, Amen. Let his great name be blessed forever and to all eternity. Amen. Blessed, praised, and glorified, exalted, extolled, and honored, magnified, and lauded be the name of the Holy One. Blessed is he. Though he be high above all the blessings and songs, praises, and consolations which are uttered in the world, and say, Amen. May he who makes peace in his high places make peace upon us and upon all Israel, and say, Amen. Ele, Ele, a walk to Caesarea. Eli, Eli, Shelo, Yigamer Leolam, Hakol Vahayam, Rishrush, Shel Hamayim, Barach HaShamayim, Tefilat Ha-Adam. O God, my God, I pray that these things never end, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Chana Senesh.
Hannah Senesh was our daughter's hero, role model. Just a very, very young girl who, in her late teens, went to go behind enemy lines to try to get all the information that she'd get. And then I believe she was in her early, very early 20s when she was captured and she was killed. Amen. You may be seated. Bereshit chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was chaos and waste. Darkness was on the surface of the deep, and the Ruach Elohim was hovering upon the surface of the water. Then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Yochanan chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were made through him, and apart from him nothing was made that has come into being. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overpowered it. Let us say, Amen. It's customary as we leave a Yom HaShoah service to imagine ourselves in the graveyard of those who have passed away. only for most of these 6 million, there is no graveyard. There was only smoke. We remember their names. Their names are in Yad Vashem, the hand and the name at the Holocaust Memorial in Israel. Perhaps we can go there together someday. What we can do tonight is, in custom with a graveyard, is to find a stone on the ground and place that stone upon the gravestone. So as we leave tonight in silence, as a graveyard, we will exit to the foyer outside the doors, honoring this place as a memorial for those who have passed away. But we do it in great hope. As you pick up a stone and you place it upon the table, there's a basket low enough so that you have to lean down to the ground to get it. And then you can place it on the tree. Our friend Christopher Smith, who also helped to install all of the metal that we see here, fashioned this tree of life, this Etz Chaim. It's one of the most beautiful things we've ever seen. And still, in its starkness, it has its own beauty. So feel free to grab a stone, to take a stone, and place it on that granite upon which that tree rests. As we play music at the end, let's recess to the foyer and talk with one another. Thank you for coming tonight. In your thoughts and in your prayers, let's thank God for our lives and our safety that we have here. And God will remember them and us. Amen. Good evening. You may come and get us.